stepping Q up with another excellent BandLab track.
All right, about to press play on this track here. Take a listen. Welcome back to the lab. Today we've got EnigmaBird and her track, The Holidays Are Coming. And it looks like the subtitle, though it gets cut off, says little craziness of preparations. And then we've got a snowflake and 3 Christmas trees in the description. So without further ado, let's take a listen. Ooh, I feel it. It's happening. Oh, you get that bass synth in there. Really good contrast between the winter bells and then some of these synth waves that are really filling out that space. Happening in different spaces too. Higher stuff over here. Lower stuff I'm hearing a little of here. Maybe some bass right down the middle. Nice riser. I feel it. I feel the Christmas on it. It almost feels like Smurfs too. Fa la 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 la. Ooh, nice. I like the delay on that. Ooh. Some of that craziness, some of those preparations. I can really dig the way that those almost sound like people being busy in the streets. I can see the snow-covered streets, but people holding shopping bags and like rushing around trying to get things done. Wing, wing. Yes. And I like that this is an instrumental. It almost captures and conveys better than it would if there were lyrics. Ooh, nice. At Christmas time, we long for the relaxation that is perceived to come with the season. However, it can actually be quite stressful. All the busyness, all the shopping. Do 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 do. Really nice. Really poppy sounds, but conveying anxiety. I like that soundscape in the background. Ooh, yeah. It's giving me Ice Caves feelings. Almost like one of those really dolled up Christmas tree farms from the 90s where they're serving hot apple cider and hot chocolate, and there's Santa's workshop built out there, and there's little elves and reindeer on the path to go get your Christmas tree, and you can stop and leave Santa your Christmas list on the way. I grew up in a heavily forested area, so there were Christmas tree farms everywhere, and that really used to be a great way of doing things. Nice. A really great way of ending things. I really enjoyed every instrument that we're using here, synths and even some live sounding things like bells. This is a really cool track, EnigmaBird. Great work. You know what? With that being said, 126 plays and now 46 loves. That includes one of our own. Let's head to 2 things I love and 1 thing I want more of. The first thing I love in this track is just kind of the way that we convey everything as an instrumental. You can really capture the feelings of people during the holiday season, even without any words. We kind of understand what this means intrinsically and on a really deep emotional level, because the holidays are a time of many different feelings for many different people. It's not just about happiness, although we would like for it to be, and we would like to hope that it is for others. It quite simply is not the case for everyone. There is a lot of anxiety to be had. When we come into this first drop here, if you listen to the beginning and it fades in, all of a sudden there's madness. It's the chaos of the holiday season. It's madness, I tell you, madness. I really enjoy that because it captures that so well without ever needing a single word to let us know what's going on. So I would have to say that's the first thing I love, is how it captures and conveys that. Now, the second thing I love is actually the soundscape and the design. If you listen very closely, and in fact, I would recommend headphones, even good monitors if you have them. If not, normal headphones are great. But if you're listening on a phone speaker, it might not be conveyed the same way. We're going to move to a portion of the track where we don't have a ton going on, about 2 minutes in, and then we're going to let it play for a minute. And I'm just going to re-describe kind of where I hear things so that we can see that EnigmaBird has really used the entire soundscape on this one. I can hear sounds in back. I can hear sounds over here. And then when we bring it back in, I've got a little bit of percussion here. I've got our piano-style synths, or our bell-style synths over here. I've got my rises and my hits kind of moving from one place to another, whether they're phasing or being moved with panning. And we have the drums kind of keeping it real in the background. But while all of this is happening, you're getting a lot of great kind of, not white noise, but soundscape design in the background with these lower elements just sitting in the background. And the harder you listen, the more you hear. Yes, and that is the second thing that I love about this track. Now, if there's one thing I want more of, and this is something that I hear a lot with instrumentals, I hear instrumentals do really cool instrumental things, and I hear them convey really neat emotional things. But one thing that I miss a lot from instrumentals that I would like to hear more of is a story. So while I do hear elements of a story, such as A Quiet Evening turning into craziness for the holidays, what I'm missing, I think, is I'm missing the rise, the climax, and then the conclusion. Most notably in this case, I would like more of a conclusion. I want our story to come to an end, whether it's a happy ending or a not so happy ending. The way that we fade out here, let's listen. We just sort of fade out. Like it's super busy and then it all fades out. And I'm not sure if that's a commentary on the hangover of the holiday season, or if that's just kind of how we ended the track. But what I would love to see in this track, EnigmaBird, is I would love to see this ending be very consistent with the rest of the song, which is conveying a concise emotion of the craziness of the holidays and those rises and falls that come along with it. So I'd love for this ending to either be more abrupt or to end on a happy note where everything kind of opens up and is more lush. Something that says, not only is this over, but this has been resolved, which is the more important thing. I think we need to hear that it has resolved. So if there's one thing I want more of, I think it's going to be resolution on the track rather than the ending we have, which is nice. It just doesn't give me resolution to this story that you're telling me so clearly for 99% of the song. So I think that's the one thing I want more of. In the meantime, everyone should jump over to BandLab and follow EnigmaBird. And that is going to be at EnigmaBird, EnigmaBird, over on the lab. Currently repping 975 followers. Who's going to get her up to 1,000? I mean, come on, we can do this. And, you know, while you're over there, go ahead and follow DJTatious on BandLab, YouTube, or wherever you choose to consume your social media. We'll be there. Thanks again for waking up, winding up, and queuing up another excellent BandLab track with me, and I hope that your holiday season is treating you well. We will see you next week.